He's going.
Well, yeah.
He's going to the factory. We've got Sophie Downey at the CEO. And then she's leading around. The nearest club we walked up about 10 minutes anyway. I don't mind walking.
Get them calories burned.
You can walk to Beach Street in 10 minutes if you really want to, but yeah, it's like you can't get the tram there. I mean, you can, but you'd have to take somewhere else. You're basically going back to the town. Yeah, you can basically get to any club within 10 minutes, but if you go to like the ones next to Old Trafford that way, that will be like you won't be able to finish that. You probably need to go the other way. So there's one in between. Yeah, that guy is actually like. I saw you if you walk that way. Yeah, that's fine. That's just 25.
Maybe because of a certain part of it.
Yeah, maybe. So we're here, you literally just cross the bridge.
Yeah, we've got cards, haven't we? Because you're outside.
Oh, what?
We've got a card for them.
Where have you had it from?
Oh, that means it's on. It's this week. I don't know. I'm actually also got Tom's tonight. I'm happy to come back.
I'll eat you for it.
You what, sorry?
I've still got your pen.
Oh, wait.
Pen feed.
6263.
What's that?
We're on take 16263.
Oh, nice.
Get some bacon.
I'm glad that I've missed that one. The one that we've had 2 weeks ago from the West End, actually, I was
Oh, no. I missed it.
Might be repeating what you need to do or something better.
Yeah, but that real old way.
Like Chelsea wins it.
And yeah, I've got to have a lunch today with Jordan.
Huh? That doesn't shock me.
Gotcha. It's a lot of numbers.
How swearing?
I don't know, just said someone said they would be in the without this way.
What's that?
Laser stream.
God forbid.
Oh, I swear she swears.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes, good. I think that's the
How many
That's just it. Just go right back, move off, get them ready.
Right. Molly Fanning.
That's why I thought
That's
that's it.
her
Yeah.
mother.
Because
She's in, where is she? Like,
Yeah, mother.
You're in your social media era.
I don't think I've ever been in a social media era or ever will be in a social media era, but I think it's adorable that you've even suggested that. So it's like, no, I am. I'm in there. I'm in the food.
Well, everyone's
We
not.
are.
That's the thing. So in the
I said that
press,
this week. I was in the office the other day and I was like, I've never felt so tired and cold at the end. Yeah.
Innit? I wish people in that chat would stop saying they're all like.
No, I think it's when you get to everyone's the same.
There's people in the chat that are like 21 saying they feel old.
I'm
Getting really angry at them. Getting really angry. Stop saying we feel old when you're 21.
I was going to say,
The Gary Rat partnership's off to the small start.
yeah, it's the same. Yeah, so what was she getting?
No.
We're not doing
Yeah, I'm
that.
young. Oh no, I do. It looks really retro. I like it.
I say I was really like a kid about Arsenal. Kid. He went, excuse me? Yeah, I'll wait. They're not going to do that. Well, sorry, as in half an hour after Newcastle. Usually, yeah, they change my mind better. Because then what time are they going to kick me out? That's why I was just like, if we're going to give you that, then I would just go straight to the... I'm going to be at least an hour before I get started. I'm deciding I'm going to write down.
You do that, don't you?
I'm still in there.
I've had 2 cans on the tray. Did you get put up? Yeah, you said mine there is no question.
Sorry, I did not get that.
Did you get put up with the name?
No, I just need a wish. And I thought if I drink more liquid, it'll be me more.
She's more of a logical.
And it'll be my luck to be in the toilet while I'm doing classes when I'm outside the door, like, sobbing. Because I don't want to. Team India we went to at the World Cup.
Yeah, that was.
I still sometimes think about when we were leaving and they were telling us we got our
Okay,
photos.
it's like a vegetable biryani.
But they stopped charging us for the drink because they didn't realise.
Oh my god, we were just
We were just taking them and they were like, yeah, it's usually like 2 per person, but us was like 137
because we were just like, oh, you just got to take them, and we were like, oh.
Well, they said it's all like, yeah, it's included in the package, but they obviously usually people only have like 2 or 3. There was
Yeah, I
about
don't-
7.
I don't understand how they came to that conclusion.
And here, cheese. So the same thing is around where we go.
Renee just said to Sky that she hopes she gets a glass of wine this round. What did you say, 2-2? Yeah, she's just said to Sky that she hopes she gets a glass of wine this round. Yeah, I know.
Come and do a joint press.
When they said Alex was going to
Hey,
I was like, I don't know if he said
Hayes on Charles.
maybe if you oink at the
What's the
screen.
score for Bolton?
Huh? 2-0
What's the
still.
score?
2-0 Oxford. Not really.
70th minute.
It's all because, you know, Emily, you work on.
Oh yeah, we got to it.
So's JC.
Spain is so good.
Honestly, all about that's the most important thing that's he's got a cross out as well.
Well, that could be us. Full of shit. Sorry, we're going to go on next year.
They've got 35.
7,500 people.
He's done.
I've not been, so that's fine. I'm not being funny. How many years now have you been on?
Is that like,
No.
they like made it super all
Yeah, that'd be great.
Not to make it worse, but
Were you really close?
maybe more. Should go back to the Oh my god, he's going to give the pen away. He's just got one down.
I don't think I want your ball.
I've seen the babes, but don't really stress. I just plan on going out with you lot and we'll go right in the bed. And I'm hoping someone will walk me or I will go in a cab.
Why is he fucking silly acting like he's done
You're going to
that?
drink past midnight. Oh, maybe it's not. You don't drink past midnight. Sorry, no, I didn't know that. We didn't at the end. I did tell me before.
She's got one light. What time is it? 4? Well, 4, aren't they? I also said it today.
I'll come prepare it.
Everyone's wrong every now and again, Catherine. Yeah, true. I still feel like she didn't read.
When we were like, thank you. Beating France, and then France were like, Spain at half time. I was like, we're not winning that final. Mark will be like 2 minutes. Still not winning.
Is that chilly?
Yeah. So those poor citizens literally had to say bye to Steph. What's on goal difference? And then the club just been announced all their players that are leaving. Oh shit,
To be
like
fair, I
10 minutes out was.
don't think any of them were. I don't think any of them would have been shocked.
It's a bit of shit for Demi though.
Yeah.
That's actually really good.
Really, it's really stable times.
Yeah. That's the whole thing.
That's the thing, like it's
Yeah. But you're right, Demi should have had her own.
I was told of United supposed to announce the
I think that's what Demi is.
Yeah.
Ruby would be an interesting one. I'm going off the door.
She wanted her, but she's got out going out now. As in like, I don't know if that's been done. But yeah, that was.
Oh, there you go. Demi will get a year like experience. When she goes Chelsea, she's definitely going Crystal Palace.
But that was also done at the end of the week. You know, one of the bits.
Yeah, to be fair, you would go on Ruby would be a sell now. She'd play there.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Oh,
I did the same job.
How many players can you want for the same club? So I know they were talking about William Betsy and Lucy back in the club.
You know about Chelsea?
Yeah, you can't loan a lot of people who are in the same club in the WSL.
Yeah, no.
Fred Cowley says that, you know, says they asked to speak to the
At least follow
They were asked.
At least follow their feet.
Yeah.
Go kick a ball or you can get moved past one.
Yeah.
That's the life of me. Absolutely similar to kicks a ball, so it around you. I know, but it's still not bad that you barely play football all season.
Whether it happened,
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what weird does when Jess starts injury. How old was she then?
Oh, mate, she was world class form. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I mean. So,
She was outrageous.
28. Oh, so, yeah, she's definitely got it. Oh, what we've got to run. Honestly, the issue was like that. So she did just go, oh shit, something like I would do.
I think that was kind of a joke at the time. They just broke the story of Hayes and then she went on something drip. And then like, strong like, essentially, you know what drip was.
Yeah. It sounds like that's like social media.
Yeah.
Social media.
I was just making sure because we were I don't comment.
Yeah, like, I'm not a fucking idiot. I am genuinely not old.
And yeah, they just did the mic drop in response to Kaz's comments.
Emma's going to be great fun with the US media.
Yeah. They're going to know.
Oh,
What way do I feel like this?
That's why I mean she's going to be great. I think they'll love her.
To start.
Don't know if she's going to love that.
I'm sure to talk to another 2 years.
Tom, was the story to do with my head? Was it that they were about to, someone was about to leave and she was going to go and that's why they came out when they did with the clip?
Yeah, it was Emma.
So they were going to keep it, I knew they were going to keep it quiet.
the ESK was new as well.
Well, she wouldn't have told the players when she
Bragging around.
would she have told the players when she did it if it wasn't to them?
I'm assuming it would have come out.
Ever announced that she was leaving Chelsea feels like a lifetime.
Everyone, but basically we were at Westall. I was at the
No, I reckon she has
because obviously it was being dealt with by the
Don't worry, I've
senior
got
officers.
this.
I think she should just walk out and it's what you wanted.
I know as well, you told me about it and yes, been there to as well. So I think they took it to
It's hot.
and
It's hot clubs.
in that game. Hayes down.
Is that live?
Very hard to see which has
Oh, that could be me.
There's a good little chunk of WSL clubs that need new managers now.
So she thought it was going to come out at the game, and they
Right, new man.
I think they've ran before a game now.
Brighton, Leicester,
Right, you found
Villa,
They didn't decide to tell them.
Chelsea.
But it was found out.
Yeah,
it was
the time
going along because of the
1/3 of the WSL. Ever allowed
I think
to
it's
be
just-
I think from an announcement point of view, yeah, but she was also going to tell the players in the press.
Oh,
Duolingo is coming into
I do think there's a bit of lifespan on his style. It's almost a bit like the Mourinho.
You can only work for him so long, or work with him for so long.
I was
Oh,
yeah, I'll go again. Put it this way, if he had got the other job, I would have been unhappy.
Are you happy with who has got the Liverpool job?
I mean, I'd be lying if I say that I've watched this team play every week.
You're not.
So I don't know what left.
fake Erik Beasley fan
That's
right
poor.
there.
That's poor from you.
Yeah, exactly.
Kit's only 8.
Well done, yeah. I was like, where's he going with this?
Just throw out the
Does
random.
he know a vinyl player in like 2018?
Hey,
Good question.
10 minutes ago.
To be fair, I
Did
think
he not?
BBC always missed playing.
and it was, although it still was 8 minutes ago. So. Hi everyone.
Hi guys, how are you? Thank you. Thanks, mate. Hello, mate.
Hi everyone, welcome to Mark's post-match press conference. Some familiar faces in, but if I don't remember your name, don't be offended. Who wants to start us off? Ben, yeah.
Hey, Mark. Hello, mate.
Tough afternoon.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah.
I suppose how do you reflect, particularly on the goals that you conceded in the first
Yeah,
half?
rubbish, aren't they? They're rubbish. Yeah, from our perspective, I felt that we allowed too many individual duels to go immature. I felt that we made too many mistakes and really didn't make Chelsea work hard enough for them goals. You know, the one from the first one, we don't track the runner, right turn, and then we don't track Ramirez in the box. It's like 2 mistakes, and then we get raw and physically. So the one thing is, Dan, that we have, I have to fix that going forwards, and I have to make sure that we can't be physically outdone in games like this, because I'll just straight out there, it was nothing to do with the players' attitude. They didn't want to lose the game, of course they didn't. But Chelsea had everything, and they were right on the edge, because they had everything to fight for, and they were right on the edge, and that was just too much for us in the physical stakes in this game, and something I have to fix going forwards into the summer and beyond.
You mentioned before the cup final that you kind of knew what you needed to fix in the summer. You know, watching that against the champions, what's needed to win the championship.
Yeah.
You know, have you learned kind of, you know, anything else, or you know, have you identified anything else that needs fixing?
I mean, there's no doubt we can't lose games on physicality, right? We've lost against Liverpool on physicality, and we lost against this game today was lost on physicality, and so we cannot allow that. You know, you have to have a base level in order to produce a tactical plan, and we have to be better at that. Today, like, the players are honest. They'll know what they've done today and what wasn't good enough. At half-time, the players knew it wasn't good enough, but they knew it wasn't nothing really to do tactically. We're a Manchester United team that have to attack. So if we have to put 11 players on Ramirez, then they'll just find a space somewhere else. So we have to take accountability for those individual duels, and that's something that's going to be absolutely paramount when I look at the planning phase for next year.
Just final one, if you don't mind. Obviously, great that the majority of the crowd stopped at the end. But,
Yeah.
You know, they've had a couple of really disappointing results at Old Trafford this year. So how important is it next year that, you know, any games at this stadium, you know, you perform a lot better?
Yeah. I mean, regardless, we've underperformed at times in the whole season, whether we've been at Lee or not. So, yeah, look, of course, for all of the fans, we have the best fans. So, a lot of them stay behind as well. So yeah, it's been a disappointing performance in both of those games. But that's something you have to grow from, Dan. Sometimes you have to take those. In your lowest moments, you learn the most and you get the most clarity. And I've been in low moments before, and I'll be in low moments again. And I will learn most about our team, and I believe I know what I need to do. Thank you.
Yeah, Mark, obviously 6-0 today. Do you think the scoreline affects the gap between yourselves and Chelsea?
No. I don't think it reflects the gap. I think it reflects the gap in the game, for sure. But apart from that, the counter-attacks were aggressive, they were physical, we knew that was going to happen. And then you get hurt on that, so you've got to defend those physicalities. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, no, I don't think that we're a 6-0 away from Chelsea. I don't think that at all. But we do need to continue to develop the depth of our squad in order to compete. If anybody doesn't see that, then they're not watching the game. You know, sometimes you need to be very realistic, and there's a gap for sure, and we need to do all we can, and I have to use all of my coaching notes, and I have to use all of our 1% to try and bridge it. So it's something that we need to look at over the summer.
Mark, you said obviously in the lowest moments.
Yeah.
Your lowest moment is Manchester United?
It feels like in the moment, right? But I think it's part and parcel of a team that are trying to develop. We're unfolding in front of your eyes. We have to grow, and we have to try things where you have to recruit more players, and you have to continue to grow so quickly that where do you get consistency? We all talk about Manchester City's consistency. It's because it's there and it's been there for a while. Chelsea's, they're adding to their consistent basis. We're having to catch up and then add to that consistent basis. So over the past few years, we've had to keep evolving the squad, and we've got to get to a point where that is minimal. I think minimal disruption. And I think this year, more than anything, the consistency's gone. It was gone. So it's something I need to fix, keep, and over the next few seasons, build a consistent team that makes us able to compete on any game in any stadium.
Do you feel that obviously you just said you need to develop the squad more,
Mm-hmm.
so that kind of goes against the consistency thing of bringing in new players, and also do you feel as though you coach this group of players up as much as you can, considering obviously there's a limit to what this team can succeed?
It's part of a reflection point. What I'd say is there are always, you change the context, you change little bits, Anton, and people grow again. So it's not as easy as that. What I need to do is I need to go away and reflect on what we need to do as a team. I'm not going to be emotional in this moment because it doesn't serve you. What I need to do is I need to feel it, I need to assess it, and I need to work with the club in order to make sure we know those areas. I've known for a while where we fall short, but there's also time that you need to be able to develop those areas, and I've said to the players at the end that I need to have a summer that I need to be as ruthless as I need to be in order to make sure we get where we want to be, and that's my job.
Finally, we're not going to speak to you for a little while now,
Mm-hmm.
So was that Marriott's last game for the club?
I hope not. They are still conversations ongoing. And again, like at some point as a head coach, you have to walk away from that situation and allow your focus to be on the team. And same with Mary. Like me and Mary, I've said this a long time. Me and Mary got a really good relationship, and I hope to work with her for many years to come. So I'm hoping that, you know, we can come to some agreement, but I think it's important that we leave Mary out of that situation, and the two parties can continue to have conversation away from the player and the head coach. Thank you.
Tom next.
Mark, just for the 28,000 who are here, we watch you lose 6-0. We
Yeah.
say sorry to them today?
Yeah, I mean, of course I do, Tom. Of course I do. I'm human, right? But also, we've got this funny thing at Manchester United. We always jump to the most negative point. We've just produced the first trophy in the club's history of a domestic trophy. And if you know anything about me, the resilience and drive I have in me is to continue that. And is to take this team to the next dimension. So, me as a human, of course I'm sorry to our fans, because they're the most important things to us. The most important people, part of what we do. But also, our fans are intelligent, and they understand the situation where we're at, and they understand the growth, and they understand how we're going to continue, and they know as a head coach that I will give absolutely everything, physically, mentally, in order to get our team to where we want them to be.
Cool. So that's similar to Allison's question a couple of days ago. Everton was looking to move to Barcelona. I guess just first chance to ask you your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have a million of those, Tom. Like, it keeps your world going round, right? It keeps your world going round. So I've heard nothing. And I'm sure I'd have been told if that was the case. So, from my perspective, obviously, Tooney, everyone knows how important Tooney is to what we do at Manchester United, and especially me. So, yeah, look, it's part and parcel to build now rather than take away. Thank you.
Jim.
You spent a long time when Chelsea were celebrating, sort of
Yeah.
just looking and watching,
Mhm.
sort of going through your mind in that moment. What that view?
Yeah, it's a difficult moment, right? Difficult moment. We are a team that is chasing those successes. We're chasing, so you've got to face them, Jay. When you're not in your, when you lose 6-0 at home, you have to face it. And I'm the one that faces it, right? So I always face it, and I always will face it. But I think it's important that we, as a collective, keep making strides towards being where Chelsea were. And I think sometimes you have to visualise where they are, and acknowledge that they've been doing it for many years, and we've got to find some way, and I've got to exhaust myself in order to find my way, in order to bridge as many gaps as we possibly can to get as close as we possibly can. So, but I believe in myself to do that, and I believe in this team and this club in order to put us where we want to be, which is where they are today. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it was announced yesterday that you
Mhm.
signed a new contract.
Mhm.
Obviously, when we spoke to you last week, you said like you were very confident of kind of everything that's to come. Dave Brails was at the game today,
Mhm.
and kind of, yeah. How nice was it to, I guess, get that announced before the end of the season, so you're not going into summer of uncertainty?
Yeah, I mean, the reality is I've been negotiating for a long time, so it was, you just don't say it right until it's, we've probably been sitting on it for a while now, so it's already been done. And I know people put out that we win the FA Cup, so that's what his job, and he gets it because of that, and it wasn't that. My performance is growing, and we're adding domestic. And look, we're not where we want to be, guys, you know that. You watch our team every week. Well, some of you do. Some of you maybe just watch the highlights and then make your own decisions. But if you watch our game every week, we are growing. We've had a lot of inconsistency this year. If I'm just one statistic that actually I'd like to talk about football more and not scandal. Like, I want to talk about football. This is it's a club rich in heritage of football, and I want to talk about that. And so from my perspective, I want to make sure that next season we are talking about football. And so I've been chosen to lead this team, and I can guarantee every Manchester United fan that I will give absolutely everything in order to deliver success to this club, and continued over years and years and years. But let me just stress on the final point, the days of winning 5 in a row, I think, will be gone. And congratulations to Emma Hayes for doing that, and for Chelsea for doing that, because, you know, I've been in this game a long time. People, I think, forget that. I've seen it grow from no teams that were not professional all the way to teams that have had the advantage because they professionalised quicker. But what they've managed to do, Chelsea, is in the era when it has been professionalised, has still managed to deliver that situation. So congratulations to Emma. I wish her all the very best in the US, and now it leaves a space, and hopefully we can fill that space going forwards.
When you talk about the goals in the first half, and I think you said the word like immature,
Mm-hmm.
is that
in terms of like experience, in terms of what like Ramirez, for example, and her power and strength, and not learning from that, or is it something else?
So if you're playing against somebody that's really powerful, there is no way you hold her, because she just turns you. You use your body weight to turn you. We know that. We know that. In the decisions in those moments, we've made bad decisions, and that's where we've got to grow. That's where the players will have to grow. And look, the one thing I know about this group, they want to do that. They want to do that, but you can't. We will not make excuses going forwards for that. Like, we have to learn and we have to take responsibility for that. But I do believe, Catherine, that they will do that, and I believe in this group to be able to do that. And of course, we need to add to it in order to add the final pieces. But yeah, it's an immaturity that we need to get out of our system quickly.
Just on that, it's in the dressing room at the moment, is there kind of feeling amongst the players that they were immature and they need to learn from that defeat, or is it kind of too raw to kind of take that seriously?
Yeah, we need to be clear on how we use the word immature. Immature moments, not immature in the whole of the game. There are moments where we can control Chelsea's shape, but we lost in the physical duels, which is where the immaturity comes in. I have not been into the dressing room, I don't know. But if I know this group, which I think I do, is of course I'll be hurting. And there'll be players in that dressing room that, like me, have fire from situations like this. They don't run and hide from it. And those are the players that we need to continue to work towards success with Manchester United. But look, guys, how long have you been reporting on sport? When you take losses and when you take it like this, then you have to stand up, because sport is about resilience. It's about learning and pushing forwards, not just giving up because it's not what you want. And that's my psyche will never be that, and our players will never be that. Done?
That's it. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for your
Thank
time.
you all for your time throughout the year. I know you're not always reported nicely, but for all of you, thank you very much. You know, we're all part of the same circle, and we're all trying to make this game grow. And I thank you for all of your time and all of your reports, whether I like them or not. Okay, and I hope you have a lovely summer. Okay, see you later. See you in a bit. Thank you. Cheers.
So it's going to be England Euro vibes, like team
Mum's just had a photo with her in the Munich full of literally.
Tell your mum to stop delaying our press conference. Congratulations.
Cheers, thanks. Oh, thanks, thank you.
What's on the t-shirt?
I don't actually know.
Apparently you've just met my mum outside,
She's
Emma.
lovely.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the first team to do 5 back-to-back. Pep can do 4, can't he?
Yeah.
Let's make that clear. Not the first team in England to do it 5 times even. All right, I'm already emotional. Emma's last press conference. Who'd like to go first? Emma.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
An unbelievable achievement. Was it the absolutely perfect day for you?
Yeah. I mean, I think in a short answer, yes. It was Myra only did half a session yesterday. Let's start with that. She did half a session, and maybe in normal circumstances she wouldn't have played today. You could see her hamstring is taped up, and she'd had 5 or 6 days. So, to be honest, I didn't know if she was going to be available for the game. And then I went into training, and she speaks Spanish, I speak Spanish. And I looked at her, she looked at me, and I was like, "You ready?" She was like, "I'm ready, I'm playing." And I think that gave us a big boost. Just had to manage that in training yesterday. But she was sensational. She was absolutely sensational the first half, but the whole team were.
You seem quite emotional now for obvious reasons. But I know you said earlier in the week you didn't want to talk about your leaving, didn't want to let the emotions out.
Yeah.
Have you sort of allowed yourself to do that in this kind of last half an hour or so?
I'm so tired. I am. I mean it. I'm exhausted from 12 years, not just 90 minutes of football. I don't know anyone does it for that length of time. I don't know how I've done it for 12 years, but I think, listen, I'm always so grateful for the players and what they've done for me and the club. I'm so relieved it's over.
Anton.
Yeah.
Emma, how does it feel today? I know you always
Yeah.
want to put the team first.
Yeah, I do.
But they wanted to put you front and centre today. So how did that feel?
Cringy. You know, Kat, you can tell she's the American in the group because she's not afraid of that. I'm British, so I want to be like... Listen, if I wasn't a football manager where I had to do a press conference every 3 days, I'm that person in the social group that's like, sits in the corner. I'm not someone who is front and centre in my life. I don't live like that. So I find some of this job really, really hard because I just want a quiet life, and that's what I'm most looking forward to, is being out of the British media. Being out of the British media, having a different life, and being in a situation where I only have to do this and games every 6-8 weeks.
Has this job changed you then?
I'd say it's taken its toll on me rather than changed me. I categorically cannot carry on, so I am absolutely leaving at the right time. I don't have another drop to give it, whether it's whatever it is. There's so much of the job, not just this, it's dealing with people. And when you deal with people, I have such high standards for myself that maintaining that, I think, has become impossible. I can't keep up with the demands from players on a daily basis in terms of their emotional needs, in terms of everything. And I've found that to be gruelling this year, to be honest with you. And I hope that the club really support the new manager to get player care and a little bit more performance psychology, just because I really believe in the well-being, even though I can't take care of it in the same way. So made my suggestions to the sporting directors, and I know they'll take it on. It was lovely to have them. It was lovely to have them here today, and the owners.
Just fine. So you want to fly next week? Am I right?
Um,
Just how are you going to sort of, if you drained now, how is it going to sort of feel when you have to go again so soon?
I mean, it's not tiring thinking about going to an Olympics, is it? It's different energy. It will, I'll feel reinvigorated and re-energised with something else. Sometimes people think you need a rest. Sometimes you just need a change. So Monday, I have to speak to a handful of players and staff, as I have been doing in the background anyway. Tuesday, I'm on a leadership call with US leadership, and Wednesday I fly to New York, and pressers Thursday in Denver, Friday to meet with the staff and get prepared for the team to arrive on Monday. And listen, they deserve my full attention, and they will get that from me. And those preparations have been put in place in the background, so yeah. I'm having one night tonight and Harry's birthday party tomorrow. That's all I need. I'll be ready to go Monday morning.
Okay.
Hi Emma, congratulations. I know you said you're not interested in fairy tales this season, but Frank Kirby.
Oh, that one I am.
Yeah, that felt like a pretty perfect ending.
No, I think Fran's really struggled with, a diminishing role in the team, and I think that's to be fair. I think it's so important. Sometimes we can have a lot of emotions about, like, always the here and now. But when I look at Fran Kirby, I just think of her tenure at the club and think, icon, legend, top goal scorer. Everybody in this environment wanted her to score today. I think it was emotional for her too, in different ways. But for her to have that moment with the fans, and by the way, the fans are absolutely amazing. Like, they were even better than they were midweek. I absolutely love the fans today. I'm so happy for Fran, and I want her to look at a moment like that and remember all she's achieved at Chelsea, and that signing off at Chelsea has been a huge success for her. Look at the trophies she's won, and she is someone I absolutely wish the best in her future.
Going back to the selection of Mayra,
Yeah.
the tough decision because of her fitness, but it also meant leaving out Aggie, so just how difficult a decision was that to come to?
Every day is a difficult decision. I had to leave 3 players out of the squad. Imagine what that was like this morning, to have to tell those 3 people they're not in the squad, let alone not in the team. I won't miss that every 3 days. That's probably the hardest part of the job. In fact, it is the hardest part of the job, telling people they're not in the squad, because people automatically associate value with playing. So if they're not playing, they don't think they're contributing. And that's really tough on players. So, however, in years to come, no one looks at the team sheet. No one looks at who's in the squad of 20. Everyone says you were part of that team at Chelsea. And that's what I try to remind players, even though that's hard when they have individual situations. I think Myra, listen, Aggie's a young player. She's the future of Chelsea, but she's still got a lot to learn. Myra, we've been without Sam Kerr, Myra, me official, LJ the back end of the season. We've had some big injuries this year. Millie Bright. Trust you me, losing the volume of leadership we have at the back and up top, I think did take its toll, plus the transitioning of new players, young players, and, the diminishing role of some of the senior players. But that's why, for me, this is the best title, because we're not stupid. We know we weren't at our best. But for us to win a title, wow. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think you guys realise how hard it is to win and win and win and win. Some of these teams don't change their teams, or they're in the peak of their eras, and they play a game a week. We don't. We've played significantly more games if you look over the last 5 years, and I think it took its toll as well, plus Olympics, plus World Cup, plus Euros in terms of our senior players. But I almost can't believe we've won the title.
That was going to be my next.
Can't believe it.
Just like, you've obviously seen a lot, you've won a lot in your 12 years, but those things you just talked about, what maybe makes this year and this title race unique for you guys?
2 games to go in the title. We've got a 19-year-old on the right-hand wing in Micah Hamano, and Aggie's 20. No one talks about that enough. It's not Sam Kerr. I respect that City have lost Bunny Shaw. Look what we lost this year. And when you watch Billy Bright's performance today, she's had to play the last 3 games, and we all know she hasn't been 100%. But what a leader. What a leader. And we've missed Millie for large chunks of the season. But I also think credit goes, I thought today was, I picked a team that could handle that had the emotional maturity to handle today. That's why I put Musovic in. 27 years of age, played a third choice, sometimes second, rarely been the first. Oh, she's one of the most amazing humans I've ever coached, because she is someone who's been sat in the background, even when she hasn't been, felt she could impact the team in a way, to come in the last 3 games and keep 3 clean sheets. I think that's what epitomises Chelsea.
Just last from me, does Liverpool away feel like a very long time ago now?
I've been in City's position. I can't say forgive me, but if we'd have been in City's position, had they lost to Liverpool, in the years gone by, we definitely won that next game. So forgive me for thinking that City should have won the title. I'm not doubting that. I think the loss of Bunny Shaw was significant. I think Man City have had a tremendous season. They really have. They pushed us all the way. But if you leave that door open for a team like Chelsea, I think the minute that door was left open was the minute everybody knew that we would walk through it.
Katie.
Emma, congratulations. You said after the game against Bristol City that there are a lot of moments in this job that are probably not as enjoyable.
Yeah, loads. You ain't got long.
And you probably got a long list of them, but in terms of today, that was probably as comfortable and as emphatic a send-off as you could have hoped for. Were there any moments on the sideline when you had a couple of minutes or a couple of seconds to think, oh, I wish that this game would last forever, or this is the last time, or any moments like that on the sideline?
Not one moment. Really? However, I did spend time in the second half looking at all the Sir Alex Ferguson stand, the 27 years, the volume of trophies, the quotes around the stadium, the history around this stadium. I'm a little bit ADHD, so I definitely took that in a little bit. And I missed my drink with Sir Alex because I was celebrating too much. He was waiting for me, and I'm absolutely gutted. But he just rang me before I came in here, so I'm sorry, Sir Alex. I was really looking forward to that glass of red.
And then you said before about how your dad told you when you were a teenager or early 20s to be the one that goes out and changes the game.
Yeah.
And there are probably a lot of things about the scale of the growth that you haven't foreseen, like you maybe didn't foresee the impact of the press or the scale of where it was. But when you look at your contribution to the game now, whether that's through Chelsea or as the game as a whole, how do you reflect on that?
I think I don't really know, because I'm not someone, I'm really like genuine. Even when I come in these places, I'm a genuine person. So I don't work to do something for anything other than the right reasons. And I just wanted to create role models that I never had. I just wanted to create a profession that wasn't possible. I get asked that question all the time, would you have been a professional? How could I have even dreamt about that as 10 when it was no visibility on television? Maybe Marianne Spacey on Channel 4. There was only 4 channels when I was a kid. Maybe a little bit of that. Then the first big moment was my dad ringing me from the Atlanta game saying, you got to come here, girl. This is where you got to come. And him going to watch the 96 generation, the 99 generation. And he showed me role models, but they happened to be the US Women's National Team. I just wanted, whether it's my niece Isabella or the scores of kids that are outside to screaming for a Millie Bright or a Fran Kirby autograph, to have what I didn't have, a Panini sticker album that I never had. Or, and I definitely, Harry don't like them, I love them. I still stick all the stickers in. I just wanted that, and I think this is really important. I thought about how I sign off today, and there's only one thing for me. We've all been told no. We've all been told it can't be done. We've all been told the boys come first. We've all been told it's a men's game. You know, the crap we have to put up with year after year, as is honestly is, I think, has definitely taken its toll on me this year. I've been fed up with most of it, to be honest with you. But to think that, I don't know how many were here today, there's a final game at Old Trafford, there's a sellout at Wembley, there's England winning the Euros in the first English team to do that. There is Arsenal selling stadium out after stadium, year after year. Game after game, and then what they're going to say. I think women's football will explode. It's already exploding, but it's going to really explode in the next few years. And that was all that I wanted.
And just last one from me, because obviously you talked a lot about the emotional toll and how draining this is.
Yeah.
In terms of seeing something and wanting something and imagining something that 90% of the people from the oh, that's not going to happen. How do you even envisage that in your head?
I just always go back to Bruce Buck. And when he said to me, maybe after my first year, well, even that, it was the first time I'd asked him for money. And he said, Emma, I want to change the pub conversation. I like to change it from like it always being about Arsenal. And I was like, yes, this is brilliant. But you're going to have to invest in it. And it takes Bruce Bucks, it really does, or whomever they are in every club, to believe in someone or something. And then what happens is competition. Chelsea get a little bit, then we have to create an infrastructure that brings the rest up. And all I've ever set out to do was just drive it. And I hate naysayers. I can remember even when I used to say some of these things, so many people in the women's game, oh, it's unrealistic, it's going to collapse, it can't sustain it, you can't invest this money. And I always think the same thing. Why are we always so negative about investing in women? People say to me, you have the biggest budget. I'm like, you should pat me on the back. You should say, well done for paying women properly. Why do you always use it as a negative situation? And I've always felt really strongly about women and championing that and giving opportunity and leaving it in the place that I dreamed about seeing. But of course, there's only so many. I'm done. I'm beaten. I'm done.
Congratulations, Emma, and good luck with the US.
Thanks.
Emma, is this the end of your Chelsea story, or is it just a chapter?
That's a great question.
Thank you. I'll repeat it again because I didn't catch it on my screen. Emma, is this the end of your Chelsea story, or is it just the end of a chapter?
Well, if I'm to ever be around club football again, I don't suspect it will be in coaching. But when my tenure is done with the United States, if Chelsea ever need me, they know what my number is.
Thank you. We'll leave it there. Thank you.
Emma, just before we go,
Sorry, Tom.
we all kind of want to say to you, really, just probably three things. First being thank you for the time you've given us.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks for the lift back from Lyon when there was strikes.
Always.
And
Always.
Good luck, America.
Thanks.
We all wish you well in the quest to finish second behind England in the World Cup.
Don't lie.
And just best of health to you and all your loved ones. And
Thanks, Tom.
Catherine's organised a card
Oh,
for everybody in the press pack.
thank you so much.
That's lovely, guys.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it very much.
Emma,
And
do you want a photo? Do you want to go round and I'll get a photo
Sure.
of all of you?
sure.
You look quite cute.
We should have my hair now.
That's it. I feel like Harriet now. All right. Can everyone see me?
Everyone knows my son said to me, when he came over to me, he was like, hello, Mum. He went, we've got another one to put on the line. That's absolutely ridiculous.
All right, that's it. Everyone's in. Can everyone see me? Say 1, 2, 3. Up the Chels! Up the Chels, Suze! I'll send that to you guys. Thank you very much.
I'm kidding. I get it.
A singer.
Just a beer.
There you go.
Have you got any spares?
Just a beer. I've got loads.
Lydia, can I say thank you to you as well?
Oh, mate, don't be silly.
Honestly,
don't be
like
silly.
leaving the army and trying to get into women's football at a huge
Mate,
time
you've been fantastic.
has been a
You've been
godsend.
brilliant, mate.
Absolute
You've been
godsend.
brilliant. Means a lot.
So I
Straight
honestly
back at you.
appreciate it.
You've hit the ground running. You've hit the ground
Thank
running.
you, mate.
Best decision you made.
Take care.
We'll see. As I get Tom show.
I can't believe it, so I'm so happy.
Did you get your shirt? Did you get your shirt?
So
Lids? What's in there?
Oh, it's Emma's wine that Emma got. Looks nice. Vintage.
Oh, I'll try. I'll do it like every 8 weeks.
Emma.
I can't believe it.
What are you doing later?
I've got a party.
Going to be over at the estate.
Yeah, I've got
Okay,
about 60
perfect.
school friends, all my friends coming over, family and barbecuing.
See you soon, Dan. See you soon.
6:30 in the morning. I like it. I like being mum.
Yeah.
See you in France.
Definitely.
Can I just say, I was the army last year, getting into women's football, and my first sort of public interview was you. And you challenged me. I think you made me a lot better. And I just wanted to say thank you. It's been a real honour, and I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. I do. Like, listen, I know you need to do what you got to do. I said this to Jurgen Klopp, and him and I have spoken a fair bit, and this period. So hard. Doing this all the time, so hard.
Do you feel like you get trusted? Is it draining for you?
Yeah, draining. I'm draining.
Because I'm conscious when
I'm
we
waiting for someone else to do it. I'm like, please, someone else step up.
when someone goes off and it's misogyny or it's injury, and it's always like, let's get that what Emma thinks. I might have something with Chelsea. Sometimes I feel like that is just. What do you think's happened in the women's game?
No, I think that's probably like part of my own doing sometimes. But I can't change it. I'm not like, I just had to learn to become, just switch off from it, like take it away from me. But I think the players are really, really struggling with it. They're really struggling with the world of social media, especially like that. Yeah, they're really struggling with it though. Like I said with Becky Spencer, I know Becky since she was a kid, she's like, I'm all over the place. I said, why? She said, have you seen the abuse of Manfred kicking the ball to someone? I said, but this is what I say to them when I say to myself, listen, we know we've arrived. If that's the case, we've arrived that it's that much of a talking point. But I don't think we've gone professional, whatever. I don't think the difference with the men's and the women's game, boys have come through their academies with lots of player care. So you imagine if you're, I don't know, Lauren James, or Becky Spencer, maybe less so, is older, but it impacts them. They don't have the player care around them, and they haven't gone to academies where they've been drilled in how to be and how to behave and how to say things. So it's so tough for them. And then obviously fans then jump on the bandwagon, whether it's on this bad finished or, you know, runs in the family, the James family. It's like, it does. I always say to people, don't read it, but the difficulty is, what do we do? Like, we all conditioned now to pick up our telephones. So, like me, I'm not on Twitter anymore. I don't. A little bit of Instagram, you scroll past those things. You can't avoid some things, and it can take that one situation, and it can trigger something. And I know we have to be resilient enough, but I feel like that's probably the one thing maybe I worry about. I hope clubs invest a little more in player care. Not just performance psychology and care. You don't realise how fragile this generation is. They're really, really fragile. Really, like more than I've been coaching 26 years. This generation is the most fragile.
Go celebrate. Don't
Oh, we will. Come on. Thanks, mate. Take care. All right, say hi to Molly for me, all right? See you guys at some point, maybe at Olympic gold medal final. I'll have a go. We've got to fucking beat the Spanish at some point.
Someone set the phone up there.
Someone's got to do it.
Whose phone's that? It's not there, is it? Yeah, that's Emma's.